Well, hello, my valued listeners, and welcome back to another episode of Living in Your Power. I'm your host, Dr. Marlene Greenleaf, and as you know, I'm always truly grateful to know that you have chosen to spend this time with me today. Now, as we continue our August series, Moving with Intention, Purposeful Steps into What's Next. We've spent the first 2 weeks talking about taking the next step without needing the entire map and learning how to move at the pace of peace. But today I want to talk about what happens when something you've been preparing for finally shows up. An opportunity, it could be an invitation, an open door, a conversation that could lead somewhere, and sometimes it arrives in a way you weren't expecting. You may even find yourself thinking, wait, am I ready for this? So today's episode, the third in our August series, is titled, When Preparation Meets Opportunity. So let's dive in. Here's the work that nobody sees. We often celebrate opportunities when they arrive. The promotion, the signed contract, the speaking invitation, the new position, that business opportunity you've been waiting on, the collaboration, the open door. Listen, whatever it is, what we don't always see is everything that happened before that moment. The early mornings, the studying, the learning, the mistakes, the rejections, the conversations that seemed to lead nowhere, the work you did when nobody was watching. The skills you developed without knowing exactly how you would use them. The times you showed up and wondered whether any of it was making a difference. That's preparation. And preparation isn't always exciting. Sometimes it feels repetitive. Sometimes it feels slow. And sometimes you wonder, why am I even doing this? But here's what I've learned. Preparation often makes sense in hindsight, because there are things you have learned that seemed unrelated at the time, but later became exactly what you needed. There are experiences you may have questioned that eventually gave you wisdom for another reason. There are doors that closed but taught you something you carried through the next one. And sometimes what looked like a delay was actually development. You weren't denied. You were being prepared. Our scripture for today, it's Ecclesiastes 9:10, New King James Version. It says, whatsoever thy hand findeth to do, do it with thy might. Now, there's something beautifully practical about this scripture. And I say that because it doesn't say only give your best effort when the opportunity is impressive. It doesn't say work diligently only when someone important is watching. It simply says, whatsoever thy hand findeth to do, do it with thy might. So in other words, what it's saying, honor what's in your hands now. That's preparation. And sometimes we're so focused on the opportunity that we want, that we overlook the opportunity already in front of us. We want the larger platform. But how are we serving the people listening now? We want the bigger contract. But how are we stewarding the work we already have? We want the greater responsibility. But how are we handling today's current responsibilities? We want someone to recognize our gifts. But are we continuing to develop those gifts when nobody is applauding? Faithfulness doesn't begin when the big opportunity arrives, dear listeners. Faithfulness is what prepares us for it. And sometimes the question isn't, when will my opportunity come? Maybe the question really is, what am I doing with what's already in my hands? Now, how do we recognize the opportunity when it comes? I mean, here's something we don't talk about enough. Sometimes we've prayed for an opportunity for so long that when it finally arrives, it scares us. Because opportunity has a way of revealing the difference between wanting something and being willing to step into it. So suddenly, the dream becomes real. And real requires something from us. It could be courage, responsibility, commitment, growth. We may immediately begin questioning ourselves. We're asking, hey, am I qualified enough? Do I know enough? What if I get this wrong? What if they discover I'm not as ready as they think I am? But sometimes the opportunity isn't asking you whether you feel completely ready. It's asking whether you're willing to use what you've already developed. I mean, think about it. Think about all of the experiences that have shaped you. The lessons, the setbacks, the education, the relationships, the leadership experiences, the difficult conversation, the things you survived, the things you learned the hard way. All of that becomes part of your preparation. And here's another important piece. Not every opportunity will look the way you imagined it would. I mean, sometimes we're looking so intently for one particular door that we fail to notice another one opening besides us. It's like an introduction, a volunteer opportunity, a conversation. An invitation to sit at a table you've never sat at before. A project that seems small but places you in a new environment. Or a connection you didn't expect. That is why discernment matters, dear listeners. Because moving with intention means being able to recognize the difference between this is something I can do and this is something I'm called to do. Not every opportunity deserves your yes. You know that. We've said that several times. Not every opportunity deserves your yes. But when preparation, purpose, and opportunity begin to align, I want you to pay attention. Pay attention to it. So let's return back to today's scripture where it says, whatsoever thy hand findeth to do, do it with thy might. What is already in your hand? Not what you wish you had. Not what someone else has. Not what you hope will arrive next year or tomorrow or next month. What has God entrusted to you right now? Perhaps this season isn't about waiting for an opportunity. Perhaps it's about preparing for one. And preparation may look much less glamorous than we imagine. I mean, it might mean learning something new, finishing what you started, updating something you've neglected, making a phone call, showing up to the meeting on time, practicing your craft, or having the conversation. What about building that relationship, building authentic relationship, or simply becoming more consistent with what you've already been called to do. I know, something to think about, but here's your empowerment prompt for this week. I want you to take a few moments this week and reflect on these. What is already in my hands that deserves greater attention? What skill, gift, or area of my life am I being called to develop? Have I been waiting for a larger opportunity while overlooking the one in front of me? Is there an opportunity appearing now that I may not have recognized because it looks different from what I expected? And if the door I've been praying for opened tomorrow, what would I wish I had prepared today? And I'll repeat those for you. Again, reflect on these this week. What is already in my hands that deserves greater attention? What skill, gift, or area of my life am I being called to develop? Have I been waiting for a larger opportunity while overlooking the one in front of me? Is there an opportunity appearing now that I may not have recognized because it looks different from what I expected? And if the door I've been praying for opened tomorrow, what would I wish I had prepared for today? Now that last question is worth sitting with. Not from fear, not from pressure, but from intention. Because again, preparation isn't about anxiously trying to predict the future. It's about faithfully stewarding the present. So in closing, dear listeners, I want you to remember to never underestimate the quiet seasons of preparation. The work you're doing today may be developing the capacity you'll need tomorrow. That conversation may become a connection. That lesson may become wisdom. And that closed door or doors may redirect you towards the right ones. That small opportunity may be preparing you for greater responsibility. You don't always know how the pieces will come together, and that's okay. Your responsibility isn't to manufacture the opportunity. Your responsibility is to remain faithful with what is already in your hands. So prepare, learn, grow, stay open, stay discerning. And when the right opportunity meets the preparation you've been doing, don't shrink from it simply because it feels unfamiliar. You may be more ready than you realize. So I want to thank you again for joining me for episode 3 of our August series, Moving with Intention. Purposeful steps into what's next. And next week we'll continue with courage for the unfamiliar. Because sometimes the opportunity we've prepared for leads us somewhere we've never been. And that's when courage becomes part of the journey. So until next time, dear listeners, I want you to continue to live boldly in your power today. And if it gets tough, just breathe. You still got the strength to rise. So remember to prepare, learn, grow, stay open, stay discerning, and continue to live in your power. I'll see you next time.